Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. I am VS Speaks Royally. I hope it is a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, depending on where you are in this world. Hey, everyone that has joined, and thank you so much for joining. Not going to hold you too long. Let me do this really quickly since I didn't do that earlier, but anyway, you know how it is. First things first, let me, if it pops up for some reason, oh yes, Nubian Queen, welcome. This is for you. I haven't seen you come in, but if you're on replay, this is for you. New channel member. All right, bad delay, but welcome to channel membership. StreamYard and YouTube just don't agree sometimes. And I happened to notice in studio and saw your name, and I'm like, oh, I wish it would give us more notifications as content creators when someone does join membership, because it is special and I like to highlight it, as do other content creators. So welcome aboard. All right. To get into our content, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So the other day I saw the headline that's on the thumbnail saying podcaster husband fatally shot by stalker who broke into home. And I paused because I'm like, really? Like, how do we even make those leaps to having something that horrific happen? So, I read the story, and sadly, the podcaster that they've identified is 33 years old, and her name is Zohara Sadeghi, I believe that's how it is, and her husband, I think, was 35. His name is Milad Nassari. And yeah, this is like a crazy story. You're podcasting, you get friendly with someone who express interest in either the work you're doing or the content that you're creating. And you start talking on social media apps. And one person not being mentally stable takes it as, this is my opportunity and I want you, and all hell has been broken loose. So they were fatally shot in their home. Now, the person who did the shooting, I will show his face in a little while, but his name is there. He's 38 years old. He was a long-haul truck driver from Houston, Texas, and he became obsessed with her, our podcaster. And being a long-haul truck driver, he just drove on from Texas to Seattle, Washington. And how he found her, I didn't read those specifics. I didn't see that was mentioned. But he deleted her and her husband, and it's just mine. I'm still speechless over this story. It's kind of eerie because you want to be friendly with people, but it's really, let's keep it on. Not even now. Can you even be friendly even on other apps outside of YouTube? I have seen in other hallways that things do take a left turn off YouTube and hit the real life. And this is a wake-up call. Just stop, everybody. Take a pause. You don't know the mental health of every individual that you say, okay, I'm going to exchange some messages. Well, this guy was sending, I think it was like 20 messages a day or more. And she took out an order of protection. Now, she had been telling everyone she was worried that he wouldn't stop, etc. Now, when you're getting that many messages, and no matter how much you try to block or whatever, we find out that, an order of protection is but as good as the paper, I guess. She took one out a week before her death, and that did not stop that individual from doing what he did. Um, the mother-in-law, I believe it was her mother-in-law, escaped injury, but still, this is the individual that mentally off his rocker, long hauler, driving across country. That's the scariest ish right there. Because they'll just show up. We hear people joke about the pull up. Let's stop joking about it, because it really could take a turn that you are no longer here breathing on this side. Okay, so we need to be more serious and take things very seriously if people are even hinting at or showing signs like this, or hinting that they're going to just show up. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Those of you who aren't into it, you need to become very familiar with the Second Amendment if you are able to, because those that have records may not be able to. So do things legally. Thank you so very much. All right. Whew. Anyway, I just want to kind of share that story. I don't know if you all had heard it or not. And just to be aware of what could very well happen, when the so-called social media life affects and takes out your real life. So it's kind of a heavy topic, but it is one that needs to happen, because we as content creators, you don't want to be standoffish with people, but even the situation I think of, if you're sending out mail or whatever, you have to be mindful of sharing your home address. You just don't know that one that you could just piss off, and or they take it that it's more than what it really is. So let me jump into comments and look and see. There's a lot of greetings. Gwendolyn, saw that on the news. She was trying to get away from that. Yeah, there's only so much you can do without truly disappearing. And that's not an option for many. And it is absolutely freaky to think that you could truly just be friendly and sharing advice, or just chit-chatting or whatever. And if that person wanted to take it a little further, and you're like, sorry, no. And they just don't hear the word no. No to them is yes. So it's like the cat callers on the street. If you've ever been in New York or one of the major cities, usually New York used to happen a lot, that you're walking down and somebody just whistles and starts in with the comments. It's unsettling at times. So Lady Bird, not safe in her own home. No, that's the part, like how it's one thing to be on social media, and many who use their real names, or have who have given their real names, just not in innocence and not thinking of a potential situation. How this person just came up on them, like found them. I mean, mind you, they don't have very common names, but yeah, he found them. That's the scary part to me. Gwendolyn, absolutely don't accept friend requests from people. Real scary. It is scary. It's terrible. It's just, we have to, especially those of us on this side of the mic, so to speak, really do have to keep in mind how much we divulge to someone that we really don't know. We really don't know. I have friends in real life that do drop down and may drop a comment here and there. In a live stream, I would never formally identify, because I don't know who in the back or in the clouds or wherever might then try to link them, get to me, and it gets really crazy. And I know that's like, leapfrogging, but given this type of situation, you have to almost leapfrog in your thinking and just be really careful. And I've seen some of the craziness that happens in some of these YouTube hauls. Yeah. Mm-mm. No. I joke, I stay in the clouds. Most people know I'm in the clouds for some of the live streams, but when I hear some of the stuff going on, yeah, no. 1960, how are you? Yes, poor woman, my heart goes out to her family. Yeah, when you do the right thing and you believe by taking out an order of protection, I mean, that really, it is a piece of paper. Because by the time the police can respond, yeah, something tragic can occur, and usually it does occur. So, um, it's just too much. It's too much. So let me see this. Churchill, this is what the British media monarchy wanted to happen to Meghan. Yeah. Which is when they're ginning up all that hate. Yes. Which is why, security is so important. Yeah, it's just crazy. Hey, Fiona's Life, how are you? One busy mama, how you doing? Yeah, oh man is right. Sometimes the headlines get you and you stop and then you see that it is on local news. Yeah. If you always, I don't know, I'm always thinking 10 steps ahead. And so my husband's like, you're overthinking things. No. No. Cookies and cream, this is so sad. It really is. You can only you just have to be careful in however you move, no matter what, on social media. So, Ladybird, yes, Church, they are pleading for some nuts. Yeah, they are. And then they'll cry, woe is me, and make tons of money off of it. It's disgusting. This is why we keep it. Oh, Annie, that's sweet. Yes, a daily prayer chain is very important for your own life, those close to you, as well as society, our faves, the sisters, and their entire family, because it is real out here. um, sometimes YouTube, I guess social media is even seen as escapism, but there are some that they just, yeah. Anyway, Tia, this is sad and beyond crazy. I'm beyond words. Prayers for the family. Thanks for sharing. Definitely. I want everyone, not that we should be so fearful that, say, if you're a potential content creator, you shouldn't be fearful of being one, but you just have to move very carefully. There are some that have made very good friends on here, where they have met up, they do collabs, all of that. And that's awesome to see. But that is over time that has occurred with a friendship building like that and the trust being there. Yeah. You better get you some Google Lines, phones, and whatever these other, phones that you can get that aren't coming back to your actual home residence, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Before you be handing out stuff to people. Or, block your number when you're making phone calls. 1960, she was trying to get a restraining order and protection, so the police did not take her concerns seriously. She got one, but it is with those, they're not sitting outside your home. They're not being your security. It's one of those call if someone violates it, and the only way they're going to violate it is that they're in your presence when they're not supposed to be. And by the time, as I said before, police can respond. Yeah. And I know one busy mama shared a very personal story of a very close friend of hers that, when they want you, they're going to get you. And yeah. Let's see. Wish we could go back pre-social media. Well, I mean, yeah, I think of like the Yahoo chats. There were chat rooms on Yahoo, and I was older than, MySpace. So I never really used MySpace, but yeah, it is those pre-days were lovely. Although there were people who would hack or try to hack, or they would send it was like these bots they would send through. So if they sent you a message and you replied, and then it would like freeze out your computer. So that was the craziness back then. Not that you had to worry about them. And I, young and carefree, and met up with groups of people, hung out, we went clubbing. It was just, but yeah, nowadays, yeah, I'm older and I guess more saner. Yes, only share the basics. Yes. The basics are, and take this little tidbit too. If you go on a trip, you share it after the fact. Like if you're going to share it online, don't do it where, hey, I'm hanging out here, because if somebody, got the crazies, you never know who's watching. Max always says that you never know who's watching, because if they don't make themselves known, they're sitting out there. And yeah, anyway, don't share but so much. Okay. Hey, Cecilda, how are you? Thanks for spamming. Thank you, Pandies. I appreciate that. Let me see. Hey, educate. Just looking for a few more comments. Definitely. Let me see. Woo. Elaine, I've been part of the Sussex Pearl Group for 3 years. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. One busy mama, there you go, who are full of time. You know, we put our attention on those things that we see as important. And if you throw in the broken mental health, woo, Jesus. Woo, Jesus is what I can say. Lydia, yes, Tina and Michelle meet over social media, so sometimes it works for sure, but there are cases just like this. You have to be prayed up and careful, right? So I've Zoomed with Tina because when I was helping with their social media, all that, but it's a true level of trust that you go into those type of situations. I chat with some content creators, really through IG, and it's like one or two. So it's really sharing, if I see a story that I know the one that would be interested in, I'll share. Hilda, yes, I keep in touch with sis Hilda. And I don't have a problem with communicating with people. But yeah, if you're trying to get into the whole topic of, well, give me your number and let's go here. If I have not shared 3 words with you, yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay. Hilda, no meetups, honey. Rona's still out there and I'm good at home, farting peacefully. See, that's why we get along. Not the farting part, but just, yeah, that's how I feel. I would love to do a meetup at some point, but yeah. And maybe one day, because I know there are some YouTubers, whether they are supporters or content creators that are in the North Carolina area. I'll just say it that way. Let's see. One busy mama. Like, you aren't normal if you're not fully on socials all day is silly to me. Yeah. You do what you can. It's hard to support everybody, but yeah, nowadays you can literally Google everyone. Yeah. Church Nella Hilda, no, you didn't. Hey. Woo! Gwendolyn, I'm really a homebody with a good book and I'm good. I did a lot of running when I was younger, clubbing every weekend and hanging out, going to this party, that. Now I'm like, I like being home. And yes, the Rona changed the game big time because I don't even like big family gatherings. Okay. One busy mama, unknown location. Okay. Fiona's, yes, exactly. Drop vlogs after you've left the location. Yes. So nobody can either show up and be like, hi, I saw you were online. No. Yeah. Ladybird Hilda, your own home is really the only place you can farm. with convenience, or your own hotel room. When I travel, even if I'm visiting family, I like to have my own. Like, let me have the hotel room so I can snore at night. Maybe not in peace with those, my husband. But yeah, the other stuff, that happens. You can't help it. It's a bodily function. Either it's coming out of one end, Hilda, or the other, right? All right, let me stop. One busy mom. I'm not interested in hanging out anymore. No big gatherings for me. Yeah. You just have to be really, really careful. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. All right, everyone. I want to thank everyone for joining today. What is this? Brooke Shields had two stalkers for over 20 years, even after she got married and had children. Educate. There's also the young woman that was on a very popular TV show. They were like sisters, I believe. And I can't think of the show because I didn't really watch it, but I believe the one that played the youngest sister was killed by a stalker at her apartment in California. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those. I'm sure somebody here knows, but all right, y'all are on the gas situation here. Church Nelly. Elaine, I need my space because I wander at night. Oh my. You're a sleepwalker? You could do some damage and blame it on the sleepwalking. I will have to listen on replay as I'm late. Oh, it's Clara. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's just a quick one today. Just wanted to say, content creators, just be cautious, beware. Really, all of us that are on social media, but as especially the content creators on YouTube, as our channels grow or as our other social medias grow and people want to get to know you a little bit more, just be cautious. Your day ones, as we say, just be cautious, folks. All right. So please take care of yourselves. We'll be talking on Thursday for trash time. And, as I always say, wear your mask, everybody. Love y'all. Thank you again for the support. Bye.